Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu should accept defeat if they don't win in tomorrow's polls. Former President Goodluck Jonathan. The world looks up to us to get our democracy right and become a force to be reckoned with in the leadership recruitment and governance process. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us once again on the channel. We'd like to say a very big welcome to you. If you're joining us for the very first time, please do well to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Now, to all of our existing subscribers, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our posts as they come your way. Thank you and God bless you. Now, on today's report, former President Goodluck Jonathan has asked the presidential candidates of the Labour Party, the People's Democratic Party, and the All Progressives Congress that they should accept defeat peradventure they don't win in the polls tomorrow. Now, Jonathan is saying this at the signing of the third peace accord by all political parties and their presidential candidates. Now, this is actually a very wise call to all of the presidential candidates and even to various supporters of the political parties. I do hope everyone would be able to accept defeat if they do not win, or if their parties do not win at the polls come tomorrow. Now, we know that the outcome of the polls is actually going to mitigate a lot of things, but we do hope that Nigerians can actually accept defeat if your various political parties do not win. Now, everyone has a right to support any political party of your choice, to support any presidential candidate of your choice, but the major thing is being able to understand and accept the fact that, if my party doesn't win, if my presidential candidate doesn't win, then we should be able to accept it that, okay, this is the will of the people prevailing, and not because of that incite violence or cause chaos and all of that. I do hope the presidential candidates will be able to do this and also reach out to their various party supporters, their party members, and let them understand that we should be able to accept either victory or defeat, whichever comes our way at the polls tomorrow. Now, former President Goodluck Jonathan is actually now speaking to the presidential candidates, and I do hope they are actually listening, and they in turn too will speak to their various political party members, their supporters, and all of that. This is also a call to the Nigerian people. Please, as you go out to the polls tomorrow, we beg you in the name of God, please try as much as possible not to incite any violence, not to cause arguments in any way or the other. Now, we should all go out quietly to the polls, cast our votes for the party of our choice, the presidential candidates of our choice, the National Assembly leaders of our choice, and come back home while we await for the results. And even if we're staying at the various polling units, please, let's try to be peaceful. Let's try to make sure that we do not cause chaos in one way or the other, because what we actually do need at this point is a peaceful elections, and let the will of the people be actually done. Let the will of the people prevail, and let us see a better Nigeria to come. Well, we're going to go into the details of today's report in full. Now, former President Goodluck Jonathan has called on all the presidential candidates and political party leaders to respect the voice of Nigerians in the presidential polls by accepting defeat if they did not win the elections. Mr. Jonathan stated this at the signing of the third peace accord for all leaders of political parties and their presidential candidates, which was organized by the National Peace Committee on Wednesday in Abuja. Now, former President Goodluck Jonathan, who was represented by Matthew Kuka of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, said that this was the time for the candidates and party leaders to demonstrate goodwill. Our country needs a stable and reliable democracy to be able to adequately address its challenges and provide the desired leadership that meets the expectations of our teeming populace. The world looks up to us to get our democracy right and become a force to be reckoned with in the leadership recruitment and the governance process, the former president explained. He added, "We need peaceful elections to give democracy a boost on the continent, especially in our sub-region where civil rule is threatened by a wave of unconstitutional change of government. I therefore call on all the presidential candidates, the party chairman, and the members of the political parties to please respect the voice of Nigerians and embrace the politics of peace." He recalled that in the build-up to the 2015 general elections, he and President Muhammadu Buhari signed a similar accord, committing themselves to be free, fair, credible, and peaceful elections. We also made it very clear in the second peace accord that we would abide by the outcome of the votes. I believe that was the way to strengthen our democracy, stave off looming violence, and bring peace to our nation, stated Mr. Jonathan. There is no better time to make this commitment than now, given the considerable levels of tension and apprehension so far experienced in the build-up to the elections. Now, Mr. Jonathan urged the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to do its best to ensure that the elections are free, fair, and credible, urging the police and other security agencies not to compromise themselves in the course of carrying out their duties now, during, and after the elections. Well, that is it on the details of today's report. And we can see former President Goodluck Jonathan calling on the presidential candidates to be able to accept defeat if they do not win in tomorrow's polls. And he's also calling on INEC to do its best to ensure that we have a free, fair, and credible elections, and also the police force and other security agencies not to compromise themselves in the course of carrying out their duties tomorrow. Well, that's all we can take on the details of today's report. Until we come your way next time, please do well to stay safe. Bye-bye.